When a forwarder participates in a network conference, what should they do in order to stand out or in order to build strong relationships?
Going to conferences and you make friends. When you make friends, you do business.
Right.
So people don't do business with the strangers. They want to do business with the people they know about.
Correct. कैसे start हुआ? कैसे आए? How did logistics happen?
This line as of logistics, it was so fascinating, and then there was no looking back. We feel that yes, we own it, and now the cargo is into the bloods.
Right. As they say, on-the-job training is the most
absolutely.
important, right?
Yeah.
And you learn the best tricks of the trade
Absolutely.
when you are doing the work.
Yeah. India has a good story.
Yeah.
India is growing.
Right.
So when India is growing, the eyes are at India.
Correct. विनीत भाई, मैं आपको भाई बुलाता हूँ.
Of course, you are a younger one.
Yes, Vinet bhai, welcome to LogiTALK,
Yeah.
and I've been very excited for doing this podcast with you. So thank you for doing this.
I mean, first of all, Kunal, you are a dear younger one, so wish you good luck. And this is what is actually needed,
Right.
because we have been doing interviews and we go and talk about stuff like, all over the world. But these kind of, something like what you have started, podcasts, especially from the young, because this is what young India is now.
Right.
So the future is on you guys. So wish you good luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the appreciation and all the kind words. Sir, let's start from little beginning. I want to take you down the memory lane.
Yeah.
कैसे start हुआ? कैसे आए? I know you were outside India as well for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
How did logistics happen?
Yeah.
And what was life just after college and till combined happened? Take us
No.
through that journey.
No, I mean, you have touched me by my heart, because I never went to college.
Okay.
So let me tell you, it was just my board's exams were over,
Mhm.
and between board exams and the result, there's a 3 months period.
Yes.
So I joined. I not joined. I just went to my uncle's office,
Mhm.
as a summer camp, and that one day I went. I was just looking at the office. I couldn't manage anything because I was not even 12 passed, because the 12th results were awaited.
Right.
So one day, second day, the third day, within a week, I was given a chance to go to the airport, and I was fascinated because in 90s, there was a time when you can get a pass and you can go to the, you can cross that
Cargo area.
cargo area and you can
Yes.
see the freighter. So I was so
Correct.
fascinated looking at them. And then I went to the, port sites, which is a dry port, because we went into Delhi.
Right.
But, these things were so fascinating, and it was giving me, such a good vibes and, something very excited what I felt about. And though I was, if I talk about my father, he was a banker, and my other business, like my uncles and all, they were builders. So besides all, so this line as of logistics, it was so fascinating, and then there was no looking back. So now coming back to the college, since you mentioned the college. So when I was 17, I started into this career, and then even I did my graduation. So I'm a graduate.
Okay.
It doesn't mean I didn't went to the college,
Right.
but yes, I was doing in correspondence.
Right.
But I mean, then there was no looking back.
Yeah.
And since from at the age of 17, and now it's been 30 years into this business.
Wow.
So it is something. This business is, you get up in the morning and you have something to learn, and you have there is something in excitement in this.
Correct. No, sir, that's great to know. Always, it's always good to know how
Yeah.
everyone's story is. I know for a fact that you have spent significant time in Mumbai as well.
Yeah. So yeah, coming back to, if you talk about logistics, so because we were into air, so I gradually, when I joined my uncle initially, when I was little growing up, so we started a C division.
Right.
So which was started by me. So for that reason, I spent good number of years in Mumbai, and that was, and I still remember if I tell you about, I was so young. So when I used to go to the customs, so the people used to treat me like, oh, you are a 𝗵𝗀.
Right.
Then I used to shave my chest so that I look little, I have a hair on my chest and I go with my, two collars up so that people don't think I'm so young.
Correct.
So those were the days when I used to go to Mumbai.
Right.
And that was, of course, if I am just thinking 30 years back.
Correct.
So, those good memories is still giving me a, goosebump that,
Right.
oh yeah, this business is something, which cannot make you disconnect to anything.
Right.
We have different businesses,
Correct.
but that's the only business where we feel that, yes, we own it. And this, now the cargo is into the bloods.
Right. So, sir, you have stayed in many parts of the world. Let's talk about this Mumbai-Delhi thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think people always compare Mumbai-Delhi and there is a big difference, right? What is that difference according to you?
See, difference in terms of freight or in terms of journal?
Is in general, as a city,
See, Mumbai, to be honest, Mumbai is a, is a city where I used to be excited and I'm still excited because the work ethics, the work standards, they are entirely different from Delhi. People, they are, I'm not overshadowing Delhi people.
Right.
No. But what I'm trying to tell you is, yes, there is a different culture.
Right.
Here, the people are more focused and they are committed. So Delhi people are. But the culture and the timings and the what we call as, the air.
Correct.
The air is different than Delhi.
Correct.
So more commitment, the people starts up early in Mumbai. So far, like if I talk about my office, when I have my Mumbai office for 20 years. So the people used to start coming at 8:30. And giving a simple example, in my Delhi office, we start at 10, but we end up at 9:30.
Correct.
So this is the change. But being a capital city of the India, there is a hype. There is
correct.
There is a good vibe.
Good food.
Yeah, good food and different. Mumbai is a place. It's basically all. If you say there's a lot of migrants from all over India.
Yeah.
So Mumbai accepts everyone. So this is what I feel Mumbai is. And being into logistics and not having your presence in Mumbai,
Cannot happen. So tell me some interesting aspect of when a forwarder participates in a network conference. What should they do in order to stand out or in order to build strong relationships? Coming from experience, if let's say if some young person is seeing this podcast and he's being tasked to go to a network conference, he might be an employee of a company or might be the owner of a company. What do you think are the critical aspects which he should take care of when he's participating in these networks, and how can he or she can make the most of this?
See, first of all, there's a wrong myth. What I understand, people think you go to network, go and exchange your card, you get business. No, it doesn't happen.
Right.
So first of all, you need to create your niche of your company, where and how, on which parts you are strong. So you must have your USP first of all.
Right.
Like, of course, I do everything. I do exports, imports, projects. But yes, there are something I do the best.
Right.
So we have to create and we have to make a shout at what is best in ourselves.
Right.
We do everything. But first thing. And secondly, it's again the part of relations. So going to conferences and you make friends. When you make friends, you do business.
Right.
So people don't do business with the strangers. They want to do business with the people they know about.
Correct.
So on a continuous journey, if you keep going there, yes, you make relations, you have your visibility. And then when you are dedicated towards what makes you outstanding other than your competitor.
Correct.
Competitor doesn't mean the next door. Competitor means throughout the India.
Right.
So what other doesn't does, or what is your USP?
Right.
The best part of it. Like,
correct.
If somebody asks me, I'm into sports, so I love sports. So we are the nominated forwarder for the Commonwealth Table Tennis Federation.
Wow.
So wherever the Commonwealth Table Tennis Championship will happen, they will call me. So it's not that they gave me a contract for ages. No, but we do a bit. So this is my specialty. This sports events I do. So that's my specialty.
Right.
If I talk about, the student-made formula cars, you talk about all the universities. So they all are my customers. So I do something which other doesn't do. So this is how, when you go and pitch yourself in a way that you are a little different, and this is your USP. that makes more all difference.
Got
And
it.
you know, overall, and going to different conferences, even look at this place.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the wonderful booth and the positive vibe, blue and white.
Right.
You know? So look, you know, look at the aroma.
Correct.
I mean, there are warehouse and different seminars happening in
Right.
Delhi, but this is among the best.
Right.
Among the best.
Stands out.
Yeah, stands out.
Correct.
You look at the
Correct.
so what we are doing is, this is a conference.
Correct.
So
Correct.
this is not a networking typical conference, but
Right.
here, why are people here?
Correct.
Why I'm here? I'm here to meet my friends.
Right. Right.
So this is how it does.
Exactly. So, sir, I think one great thing which has happened in the last few months I've seen is your daughter now being very active in the business.
Yeah, again, see why. Now coming back to, I'll give a credit to Mumbaikars, you know, and I'm giving
Okay.
credit to you because you're also from the same college. You're also, your
Right.
daughter also from same. My daughter did her graduation from
Right.
𝗷𝗵cie𝗂𝗍𝗆. So she has a different, you know, again, coming back to, you know, the thought process.
Right.
So when she comes to my office and she comes to, oh, no, I want this change, I want this change. And now I missed out the one important aspect, which about Mumbai and Delhi is security. You know,
Correct.
when I send my daughter, you know, which is
Right.
like the heart of
Exactly.
heart
For
of
any father.
any father.
For sure.
So for Mumbai, I was I was there. She was okay, and
Right.
and you know, we have a live 360 app, which normally everyone does for their
Right.
children, but there was no fear. So this is where I missed out on Delhi and Mumbai.
Correct,
So
correct.
security and खुलापन,
Correct.
यहाँ पे
Correct.
बिंदास रहना.
Right.
So yes, my daughter, she has joined me, and now like you have bringing more feathers to
Correct.
Softling, and with the young generation, with what you have and what you have been doing under your father's
Right.
guidance. So you are growing by multiple folds.
Right.
So this is what I expect my daughter to come and create a difference. So which I always says to everyone.
Right.
See, old is gold. So
Right.
I respect my father.
Correct.
I respect everyone who is older
And
than
I've
me.
met him also. He's very
Yeah,
active
yeah.
at conferences in
but-
Delhi.
Yeah, but I say old is gold, but the new is diamond. So
That's-
you are a diamond.
Thank you for that, sir. But how was it easy for you to convince her, or did she ease into it?
No, it was not at all easy because
Okay.
she got an admission in NUS,
Mm-hmm.
which is the 7th largest university of Singapore. Yeah.
Yes.
So honestly, I can share it with you. I have to bribe her.
Oh,
Because why bribe? See, there's nothing harm.
Right.
I'm saying it officially because I told her that the X amount, because going to Singapore for is going to be $200,000.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the bare minimum what I'm going to spend on you in 2 years.
Right.
So I offer her $100,000 in 2 years. So that's
Okay.
a bribe. So I
Right.
says $100,000 I'll give you in 2 years,
Right.
provided you have to just come to office from 10 to 6, 10 to 8, whatever,
Right. Right.
Monday to Friday. So this is we should be doing all these things.
Correct,
Because
correct.
I'm not against anyone going to overseas
Right.
for studies, but I thought that's the better way.
Correct.
I told her that you work for me for 2 years, and then even if you think you want to go out, it's
So as they say, on-the-job training is the most
absolute.
important, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you learn the best tricks of the trade
absolutely
when you are doing the work.
yes.
And
See,
I think by far she would be the highest paid employee in logistics.
I think she's even higher paid than me because at the age of 22. But again, as I said, see, the money, हम इंडिया में कहते हैं ना, अपना जो है बच्चों को देना.
Right.
So the money belongs to the kids.
Correct.
So you give it to them now, you
Right.
give it to them later.
Right.
And the kids have a simple policy. They don't
Correct.
want to die rich, they want to live rich.
Right.
So that's the way they want to live. And coming back to what you said, the harder way.
Mm.
For me, when I started at 17, so if I tell you about my journeys, my
Right.
memories.
Right.
So there was a time I remember, I was my manager, he asked me to deliver some papers to an
Mhm.
exporter, and he told me that, see, we are late. He would be shouting on you because his bank timings are,
Right.
have been
Right.
over.
Over.
Over. You just, when you go there, you act in a way that you met with an accident, you play a story.
Correct.
And, I said, okay, my manager was telling me, and I was 17.
Right.
I still remember when I was walking, I said, oh, sir, I met with an accident. I was walking like it had hurt my feet.
Right.
And, I mean, I'm not ashamed to say he thrashed me by my collar and he threw me out. He literally asked the guy to show me the door. And he used the worst language he can.
Correct.
But that was a learning for me because, I said, okay, the thrash, the hard way is even that, that is a limit that people can throw you out. So, but, now looking at this, there are ways that people might think, no, that's not the business we should be coming in. That's a disrespectful. But I treat it and I accept this as a challenge that yes, so when you learn the hard way, then, it is. And if you talk about some good memories, this is again a learning. Memories, like there are many, many, many. I can write pages on this, but few which lives close to the heart. There was one championship which was being done in Copenhagen. So, there were good number of containers, and that container was on Hamburg Süd, I still remember, and that container was reaching in Hamburg on Friday at there was a time like 4 o'clock, and then on Monday they had a barge to move that cargo to Copenhagen. So, and there was so important cargo. So one of my good customers, Stack, so they asked me, Vinet, do whatever, but we want this cargo to be at consignee's doorstep on by Sunday, because Monday they have an event, and from the barge, if it connects on Monday, it's going to arrive on Tuesday, and then they might do the customs. It may take them Wednesday. I still remember I went to Hamburg. We pulled the container. God has been kind. We could pull the container on time, and then picking up that container, and then I still remember, and I said I want to go with them on the because the container was kept on the barge on the private trucks. So I still remember the agent. He says, you can't go. I said, but I have to go. I said, they don't have a sleeping bag. I go, what do you mean by sleep? Because it was winters. It was end of November. So I says, but that's fine. I can sleep in a truck, because you have to be in the truck for a few hours, like overnight. So then I said, can we buy something? So I still remember I bought liquor. So I said, I can have some shots in the truck, because I don't have a sleeping bag.
It must be very cold.
It was minus.
Oh my God.
But again, so this I always remember, and during that time there was no iPhone. So I had the BlackBerry phone. I could, took the pictures, the very next day, I was the one with the truck who delivers that cargo to them. So, so this story, so my customer always keeps telling this to worldwide, that this is what Vinet has done.
The service,
from moving from Delhi, and that to happen on my anniversary. We had a party. It was 15 November when I flew on the 15th November itself. So anyway, so when I'm talking all these things with the youngsters, so for them it might look awkward. Who travels to Germany, and then you're sitting in a truck. You are sitting in a truck and you are making the cargo delivered. But this is what, again, this is what which peps you up, and you feel like you are on toes.
And so one more thing I have seen, that you are a very, very strong follower of Sadhguru. How has that impacted your life, or your, pre-Sadhguru and then post-Sadhguru? Because I keep seeing your WhatsApp status. You have a lot of, wallpapers kept in your status.
And absolutely, See,
I follow that very, very religiously. So
basically, my initial discredit goes to my wife. She was the one who started following her. And when I started reading and listening their YouTube channels and subscribed on their 𝗕cie channel, and then I did, I am a volunteer with Sadhguru. I've done many courses with them, and can you believe those courses? Like I did inside the leadership, and Ratan Tata was one of the speaker there. So, those courses which has been held with Sadhguru 101. So, I've attended good number of them with them. So, first thing is the business. So, it is not only a spiritual journey. Yes, but there are different ways, like the brand who you are. So, they have a course like the brand who you are. Then they have a leadership insights. And then there is another one which I have not attended, but I have attended couple of them. So coming back to the life changes. So, other than the professional life, yes, we learn a lot from him. And, it's like a Google, in a simple words, even if you have any challenge, or if you have any question and which has not been answered, you can just go on his app and you can just type it, and you will have a relevant answer close to it.
All right.
So now coming to what all changes, like if to a spiritual journey, yes, by doing it helped me a lot during pandemic, because everyone was sitting at home during those time. And before pandemic, I have done their, a lot many courses like 𝗕cie courses. And then there was, I couldn't have the right names, but during pandemic, I did from working at home.
Right.
But prior to pandemic also, I did one for 3 days. So now coming back to, if we talk about stress busters, we all think that there are different ways to,
Correct.
but if you keep doing the meditation, see, I'm not here to give
Right,
any,
right.
but since you asked me, yes, there is an immense change. Now, if my customer owes me $200,000, says, I'm not going to give you for 1 year, says, okay, thank you very much. But yes, the stress, it doesn't mean that I don't want to have that money on time. But yes, there is something which we cannot do.
Maybe inner peace.
Inner peace is there.
Symbolizing inner peace or
inner peace, then you are stress-free. This is one thing. And then, we all are just suspect what Sadhguru says in this universe word. So we are just pop up and pop down.
Right.
So, I mean, we think we are doing great. We are one of the best. But he always, on the last session, he was telling me, he says, you should have your dreams so big that you better die. Better die if even by not procuring your dreams, but your dream should be that big.
Wow. Okay.
So I mean, in
think big, at least.
Think big and inner
dream
peace.
Big.
Inner peace is there, and then how to do it. So he, in a simple way, he always says. So I mean, now, I mean, there was a channel, there was a program which is Truth with, I think, Young Truth. So he was doing with the young people of colleges. So you ask them any questions. So it is quite good.
I am sure many young people might end up watching this episode.
Yeah.
What would be that one important suggestion? Let's not call it advice because people don't like to be advised nowadays.
Yeah.
But what would be that one experience through which you would like to give a suggestion to anyone who wants to enter this industry as a freight forwarder or a logistics service provider?
Yeah. See, first of all, India has a good story.
Right.
India is growing.
Right.
So when India is growing, the eyes are at India.
Correct.
So when the eyes are at India, look at this, this place. Right. So last year there was only one multinational.
Right.
So now this time they have 15 multinationals.
Correct.
So now coming back to if somebody is thinking to come into a logistics field, so the first is Rome was not made in a day, but every hour they were laying the bricks.
Right.
See.
Well said.
so it will not give them it will not give them the the success. Obviously, success takes time. But yes, if somebody is willing to come in this industry, this is a fascinating. First of all, what all you need is like a dedication, and this trade, this logistics is there to give a good dedication.
Right.
So we as like, I mean, I'm now at close to 50. You are young.
Right.
So we should be their good example that where we started. And the one best thing, what I would suggest them is that they should be, they should not be thinking is as, a fast money. Right. But yes, there is a good story. There is a good, they should be dedicated. They should be, they should have some good commitments towards their business. That's it. So this every business requires. But logistics is something, which takes you, you're sitting here. And I mean, now, if I talk about the heart attacks,
right.
There are businesses where people, oh, I had a loss, I had a heart attack in our business. So every day we have a stress level. But we have been
conditioned in a way.
Conditioned in a way that these stress doesn't matter a lot.
Correct.
So again, so when the young people is going to come, so one day, like, I mean, look at you. You are the best example. So you are here now, and then I could see your WhatsApp or your Insta, LinkedIn story. You are 2 days after you're in Singapore, 3 days after you're in US. So this is what the industry is.
Right.
So yes, if you are well settled, then you travel a lot.
Yes.
And then the best thing is you make good friends.
Yes.
So, and moreover, look, we don't have a booth here, but I am here to make friends.
Right.
So which industry other than logistics you have where you make friends and then you are not jealous of them?
Right.
They're unconsciously on the back of your mind, you could be, but we make good friends.
Right.
So which all industry, I have seen many industry people, they don't talk.
Correct.
They go to one platform, they say, oh, that guy is coming, I don't want to be there. Here, you talk about all the big, all the small. larger or smaller, they all are connected.
Very
So
true.
that's the beauty of logistics. So
Very
we no doubt we compete, but we are good friends.
Right.
So this business has given me a lot,
Right.
and I wish the young generation should think it the right way. Don't think to become millionaire overnight.
Right.
Yes, they should come with their good heart. This industry is going to give them a lot.
Right. Well, thank you, Vineet bhai, for being a great guest on LogiTALK.
Kunal, you have been great guy. I mean, I've been using your this logistics software. So that's the reason I'm here. Why? Because there is no stress.
Right.
So I can just watch who is doing what. So that's the new technology.
Thank
And
you.
what you have given to us and what you are giving to the industry is hats off to you. And I wish you good luck. You should multiply in many countries and be on the top.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.